Guys, there are levels to this thing. There are levels to white supremacy. Like there are levels to when you are a diehard of MAGA supporter. There are levels to this thing. I think some of us literally do not understand. Because let it make sense to me that Erica Keck, we all know her as someone that is still mourning because her husband was pupilled. That was last year, September, right? And after that, she started handling turning points, blah, 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 handling a lot of things. Also claiming she is literally mourning. She's a widow that is literally mourning. And boom, the next thing we are seeing is Her Excellency Ma. She has literally been elected as board of what? Board of what? The orange man silently elected her without any prior information, blah, blah, blah. Let's recall that last year, that same 2025, before her husband was pupilled, her husband was elected as the board of Air Force, right? So right now she's taking charge, she's taking over without nothing. There's levels to this thing. Put your hand on your head and say, my father, may I not be poor in life. May I not be poor in life? Because what is this? You can just wake up one morning and just give anybody anything without experience, nothing. Let's go watch the reactions of Americans. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you. Liking, commenting, sharing, also the open super thanks, and joining my membership. With that being said, let's go and watch. Educational purposes only.
In today's episode of Everybody Grieves Differently, and by the way, I should say we are in like season 17, episode 4. You know, the writers are running out of ideas and they're just putting up things that don't even make sense anymore.
My name is Skylar White, yo.
Are you stupid?
My husband is Walter White, yo.
Get out!
Yeah, well, on today's episode, President Trump has appointed Erica Kirk to the Air Force Academy's Board of Visitors. Now, if you would like to know how that further empowers this world-renowned widow who is definitely grieving, I will explain that to you. Is she qualified? Of course not even a little bit. Doesn't even matter. Yeah. Yeah. I'm here for it. I love it. That's what you need to know on this Tuesday morning. So you get back to work, Goyam. You'll be lucky if you ever pay off those student loans, pay down that mortgage. Erica Kirk, on the other hand, well, she's just being handed promotions. In case you missed it, her husband died. So now she will be advising the Department of Defense. I don't know. With this appointment, Erica joins just 15 other members. That's how exclusive this board is. There's just 15 other members, and they are responsible, just so you understand what the job requires. They're responsible for making recommendations to the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, regarding changes to the Air Force Academy. They're also tasked with providing an annual report regarding the Military Institute's morale, its finances, its financial state, and its academics. Now, you might be wondering right now, how on earth is Erica Kirk? How did she really just graduate from an apparent stay-at-home mother to suddenly being qualified to submit financial, academic, and military morale reports to the Defense Secretary of the United States? And if you're wondering that, you should know that you're everybody. We are all wondering this, but I don't know, guys. Her husband died. That's what I'm told. We are just constantly being reminded that her husband died. Therefore, hey, she could be president one day. That's what Charlie said, allegedly. There's no, so we can't see where he said it, but he did say it. He just happened to say that she's going to be president one day. And some would say that maybe it's starting to look like a Claire Underwood from House of Cards situation. Maybe we don't feel so great about her ambition in this moment. But those people, you should dispel what they're saying. They would be wrong because the experts have explained things very clearly. And the experts say Erica is qualified because Charlie was qualified. She's literally just taking his place. anything he can do, she can do better.
I know, I thought it was AI too, but it's not AI. This is real. Wonder what her BFF Candace Owens has to say about the bride of Charlie. Trump just appointed Erica Kirk to Air Force Academy Board. A controversial move indeed. And apparently it happened quietly over the weekend with no formal announcement. I wonder why. And we're all sure that the little country isn't real, has nothing to do with it whatsoever. And the only qualification that was really listed, oh wait, there are no qualifications. It's just because she was married to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was appointed a year ago. And so because he was appointed a year later, they decided to appoint her. Just like how after he was gone, Erica took over leadership at Turning Point USA. Interesting how that works. Meanwhile, the bride of Charlie's BFF, Candace Owens, says that Donald Trump has completely betrayed the United States of America. And doesn't she look elated as I sound excited?
Shabbat Shalom. This video is about Miss Shalami, but I have to dedicate 20 seconds of my time complimenting Israel and how amazing you guys are. So amazing that I wanted to extend flowers you guys' way for just how beautiful of a country you are. Has it been 20 seconds yet? She may not have came up with the idea, but when they presented that to her saying like, hey, we could really off your husband, just give us the word. She for sure was like, oh my God, I could become a boss babe, a career girly, a Shabbat Shalami. Oh my God, let's do it. Dang. If y'all didn't know, Miss Shalami just got her first big girl, career girly government job. Trump has appointed Erica Kirk to the Air Force Academy Board of Visitors. Now, what does that mean, you ask? Let's keep it in lamest terms, and we're going to look right here. And it says she is now part of a federal advisory board that monitors and evaluates the Air Force Academy, but it is not a military command role. And you can also see right here, she reviews things like the cadet moral and discipline, curriculum and instruction, training methods, facility and equipment, all of that. This position is also considered a prestige advisory role, often given to people connected to politics, military communities, or education. Now, Ms. Shalami can't directly make any changes to the Air Force Academy, but she can put in different recommendations or requests suggesting that things can be ran certain ways and different ways, and she can send it off for approval. So it's still a very important role. To be fair, I don't know how much truth there is to it, but ChatGPT says in this sentence right here, that Charlie Kirk was originally selected for the position, and due to his death, they're pretty much honoring it by giving it to Erica Kirk. But my thing is, why are they making it seem like Charlie and Erica Kirk were the same person? As if her voice was just as powerful as his. You got folks, Tyler Boyer lying, talking about Charlie was telling him in the dark that Erica's gonna be bigger than him one day. Make it... Tyler Boyer said that Charlie was telling him in the dark that Erica was going to be the president one day. Not him, but her. It's one thing to honor Charlie by giving Erica all the different positions that he would have had one day and Medal of Honor. And I can get past all of that because I do believe that he would have ran for president one day. I can get past all of that. But the making it seem like they were the same person, like she was just as powerful as him, like she was just as good as him, is so disrespectful to everything he built. Like for these people to say that Charlie Kirk would have been the president one day, and now that he's out the way, they're saying, yeah, I think Erica could do the same thing. Bruh.
Erica Kirk has just been appointed to the Air Force Academy Board of Visitors by Donald Trump. Now, my question is, what exactly qualifies Erica for this? Because originally the position was given to Charlie Kirk, so what makes Erica qualified? Oh, right, she's a grieving widow. And now that Charlie's gone, they're supposedly honoring Charlie by giving the position to Erica. And here's what's insane to me. Erica has already been in the White House and televised standing next to Trump more than Charlie ever was. And then you have people at TPUSA like Blake Neff who said Erica believes if Charlie had a chance to come back and undo what happened, he wouldn't. So you're telling me Charlie wouldn't want to come back and raise his kids, walk his daughter down the aisle someday, be with his family, because that's something he talked about constantly. And mind you, Erica said the same thing herself during the Jesse Waters interview. She said if the Lord gave Charlie the option, he wouldn't want to come back to Earth. Look, I'm sorry, weren't you guys the same ones who said you're not going to speak for Charlie or tweet for him? And what exactly are we seeing now? And just when you thought it couldn't get any weirder, now apparently there's a Vance Kirk 2028 website floating around, which honestly doesn't even surprise me at this point, because Erica already endorsed JD even though the election is 3 years away. This whole situation is just getting pretty weird.
Erica Kirk was just appointed to the U.S. Air Force Academy Board of Directors. She has zero military experience, and yet Donald Trump still appointed her to the board. The board determines essentially the way forward for the Air Force Academy. The curriculum it teaches, what they allow, what they don't allow, what they spend money on. They tell Pete Hegseth what they should and shouldn't do, and then he, Secretary of Defense, whoever it may be, takes that guidance into consideration as they mandate changes at the academy. They also do this for other military academies in conjunction with the boards at other academies. They come together and say, hey, here's the changes we need to make everywhere. Erica Kirk is the widow of a provocateur. Erica Kirk has zero military experience. Erica Kirk's biggest accomplishment was being the wife of Charlie Kirk, of giving him children, and then having a fake acting career where she acts like she's grieving. She has zero business being in charge of anything to do with the military. It's just another DEI hire by Donald Trump.
Today on Fuck Shit Happening in America, Donald Trump quietly appoints Erica Kirk to U.S. Air Force Academy Board. U.S. Air Force Academy Board of Visitors is established under Title 10 U.S. Code 9455. The board inquires into the morale, discipline, curriculum, instruction, physical equipment, physical affairs, academic methods, and other matters relating to the academy which the board decides to consider. This board is made up of 6 members chosen by the president, which would be Donald Trump, and the other 2 members are picked by the House of Representatives. So in total, there are 8 members that are picked to be on this board. Most members that are appointed and picked have a military background. Erica Kirk has none. Most, if not all of the senators that are on this board have had military experience. They have served within the military. Erica Kirk has not. She was quietly appointed to this board, and I believe the reason she was quietly appointed to this board is because if you look at the people that she will be serving with, they all have military experience, and she doesn't.
We have some news right now. Quietly over the weekend, Donald Trump appointed Erica Kirk, the wife of the late Charlie Kirk, to serve on the board of the Air Force Academy. Now, it happened relatively quietly. There was no major press release, no major announcement. Well, Erica Kirk has been appointed, according to The Hill and Fox News. The Board of Visitors for the Air Force Academy is made up of 16 people. It's responsible for making changes concerning the Air Force Academy and recommending those changes to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. It also provides an annual report for the military institute's morale, financial state, academics, and more. Erica Kirk has no military background. Herself, she has not served before. She joins people like Senator Mark Wayne Mullen and Tommy Tuberville, Kevin Cramer, other members of Congress on the board. She doesn't have to be, this is not like an appointment where she has to be confirmed by the Senate or anything. Trump can appoint her, and he did. As always, spread the word. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Follow along to stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
So, I only have one question about this. How does Erica have so much time on her hand? The CEO of Turning Point USA, full-time mother, and now Air Force Academy Board of Visitors. Whatever that means, I have no clue what the position entails, but I know that it's going to keep her away from them kids, being the CEO of TPUSA. So, there's just so many questions surrounding Erica. Candace is looking more and more right every time this woman's name hits the internet. She wants to be the face of something. She wants the lights. She wants the stardom. She wants her name to ring across America. And it's suspicious, man. I find this really suspicious. Just because Charlie Kirk is not here anymore, who and where have we ever seen the widow just stepping into every single position that was promised to the man? We've never seen no shit like this before. And it's suspicious. I'm sorry. Why do you want to be the star of everything? Why do you want to be the face of everything? People donated millions of dollars to you when Charlie died. Millions, right? Charlie obviously had all of his shit in order to where your kids got millions of dollars. You don't need to do any of this shit. You want to, and that's why all the rumors seem to be true.
Trump has appointed Erica Kirk to the U.S. Air Force Academy Board of Visitors, where she will be in charge of giving recommendations in regard to the U.S. Air Force Academy to the Secretary of Defense, you know who that is, Pete Hegseth, and to Trump himself. Now you're probably wondering, is Erica Kirk qualified for this position? Well, honey, if you thought no, you are correct. This lady has a beauty pageant title background. Yeah, I think she has a degree or two, but no degree that will qualify her to do this role. At this point, it's becoming a comedy show. Not only is it a circus, but it's becoming a comedy show.
Can anybody give me just one singular, solitary reason why Erica Kirk should be appointed to the Air Force Academy Board of Visitors? What? What? Board is responsible for overseeing the morale, the discipline, and the curriculum for America's future pilots and commanders. So please explain to me what expert insight, what knowledge, what literally anything does she bring to the table when it comes to this? I mean, you guys, be so for real. We spent years complaining about DEI hires, but now you guys don't want to talk about it because it's your girl? Really? Really? We're just going to be quiet. We're just going to be the hypocrites that we've spent years yelling about, right? I asked on social media if anybody had an explanation for this whatsoever. The only thing that people were able to come up with was because Charlie was on the board. Okay? And Charlie earned that through his life's work, if he was appointed to it. And I assume he fell into like the morale area of it, but he was given that due to his life's work. Please explain to me why Erica uniquely qualifies for this and should be appointed to it simply because Charlie is not with us anymore. And for context, I say this as a huge Charlie Kirk fan. I spoke at his visual, okay? And I've been intentionally quiet on all of the very, very bizarre things that have been happening surrounding that in the wake of such, because again, like I said earlier, I feel bad. But this is absolute insanity. And it's everything we spent years complaining about. And I can tell who in my party is very unprincipled, because anybody right now who spent any amount of time talking about how unethical DEI hiring is and how we're only going to appoint people and hire people based on qualifications, I voted for it. I voted for it. But tell me how this lines up. You can't. I'm actually adding this in editing before I post this, because I just went back to that social media question that I posted and I got one more response. The only other different response, and somebody said because she's ethical. I have a hard time wrapping my mind around that, because she was on the summer house. She was caught texting a 15-year-old girl. She is on video in her pageant days saying SE work should be completely legal. Okay? So you guys have to pick a lane. Either that's okay and you're riding with your girl and she's ethical, or it's not, but be consistent either way.
All right, hold on. Explain this to me like I'm a MAGA voter. Why is someone with zero military experience suddenly being put in a position to oversee the United States Air Force Academy? Because that's exactly what just happened and is being reported. So the Trump administration just added Erica Kirk to the Board of Visitors for the U.S. Air Force Academy. But if you're wondering what that board does, well, it's not ceremonial. They basically oversee things like cadet morale, discipline, the curriculum, and how the academy is being run. In other words, they help shape the environment where future Air Force officers are trained, and I think they're doing this on purpose. Now, here's the question no one seems to want to answer. What exactly qualifies Erica Kirk for that role? Did she serve in the military? Absolutely not. Did she command troops? Absolutely not. Did she work in national security, defense policy, or military education? Absolutely not. Let's explain what her background is. She's worked in influencer circles, political activism, running Turning Point USA after her husband got, and previously being Miss Arizona. Oh, and reality TV, which is something that qualifies you, I guess, in this administration. And look, none of those things are illegal, but none of those things prepare you to oversee a military academy either. As a veteran, this is driving me nuts because the people shaping the training of future officers should be people who actually understand the military. And I know what Trump and these people are trying to do when we say influence the young people. Former commanders, defense experts, people who have been in the field are the ones that should be doing these jobs. Instead, we keep seeing this administration place loyalists and political allies into positions where oversight is supposed to happen. And that is dangerous because oversight only works when the people doing it are in there to say yes to everything. It starts to feel a lot like some weird political DEI hires where qualifications don't matter anymore. Loyalty does. And the military shouldn't be a place for political favors. It should be a place where experience and competence actually matters. Because the decisions made at places like the Air Force Academy don't just affect policy, they affect the young men and women who will be eventually leading the troops. Again, that's the big word right there. Influencing. And I think that's what they want to do. But I want to know what you think. Do you think someone without military experience should be helping oversee the Air Force Academy? Or should those positions be reserved for people who've actually served and understand? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And please, like the video, share it, bookmark it, repost. Let's talk about it.
So I read over the weekend that Erica Kirk was quietly appointed to the Air Force Academy board. I mean, you know, all her experience and everything. I mean, she was fully qualified to be on that board. And after her husband passed, 3 top people at Turning Point did interviews saying they had always wanted an advance Kirk ticket. And since her husband passed, they could still have one, advance Kirk ticket. The pieces are being put together in a puzzle that we don't know about. I don't know if she was like a plant or a handler. She's a Manchurian candidate for sure. This to me, if people don't see, even people in MAGA have spoken out about this, like, wait a minute. This is cause for pause.
Quietly over the weekend, Mr. Donald Trump appoints Erica Kirk to the Air Force Academy board. She is the wife of the late Mr. Charlie Kirk, and she will now serve on this board. It happened quietly over the weekend. There was no press release, anything, no announcements. According to The Hill and Fox News, she is now on the Board of Visitors, which her job will entitle this. According to The Hill and Fox News, the Air Force Board Academy is made up of 16 people. It is responsible for changes to the Air Force Academy and it lets Pete Hegseth know of different situations. Also, an annual report for military institutes, morale, financial state, academics, and more. So there you have it. Erica Kirk is now on the Air Force Academy board. She will make these tough decisions and report to Mr. Pete Hegseth. There you have it. Erica Kirk is now on the Air Force Academy board, and hopefully she does an awesome job.
Turns out Candace was telling the truth. Candace! Did y'all see that? President Trump named Erica something. There was the Department of Defense something. President Trump to the front. Sir, for real? Really? So all of you Erica thumpers, you tell me how this lady is qualified or anything to be anything with our government. Tell me. From Miss America to whatever she been doing to Sally Homemaker wife. Now she is now, whatever this is, to Department of Defense. Who, what, why, what? So Candace was telling the truth the whole time, this whole thing. And so what? So what? Wow. Charlie, what did you get yourself in the middle of? This is disgusting. And any of y'all that's sitting riding the Erica train acting like this lady's qualified to do anything with our government, her husband was intelligent and the guy, not her. That don't make her the same as him. What in the world? Oh, so Candace was right. So what's next? Y'all gonna try to push her up here for president? Wow, this is crazy. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I just can't believe this, for real. I really can't.
Do y'all see this? Somebody tell me this a lie. I know this a lie. I know this is a fucking lie. Baby, look. Putting her anywhere near our military means giving her more access to children, means giving her access to the rest of the unreleased Epstein files as well. Number one. Number two, where's the experience for her to be able to tell our Air Force cadets anything? Number three, I have not questioned Donald Trump's competency at all in this presidency, but now I have questions. I have a lot of questions because are you kidding me? Charlie in that position was understandable. He was a genius. But Erica in this position, are you kidding me? I'm so angry I can't even get all the questions out. I'm so angry I can't even process this in my head. Now, I really do need to start lying about my qualifications because apparently it works. It puts you in places like this. What?
Oh my God, what the hell is going on? We've been so focused on what's happening in West Asia that we didn't notice what Trump is doing at home. So I literally just found out that over the weekend, he secretly appointed Erica Kirk, widow of Charlie Kirk from Turning Point. He's just appointed her onto a board of the Academy for the Military. Apparently, this board has 16 members and it decides all of the things for the military academy. Like, these are trainee soldiers. Everything from their funding to their reports. And guess who they report to? Peter Hegseth. Yes, the ex-Fox News anchor. What the hell is going on? The American Army and the future American Army is being influenced by a Fox News TV host and the widow of a far-right guy that got shot in his neck. Need I point out that Erica Kirk has absolutely zero experience in the military? She might have had family connections to the military, but she has never ever served a day in her life, and now she's going to influence the decisions of future soldiers in America. Not only is Trump sending American troops to die in Iran, he's getting the future generation to be taught by a gold-digging widow. Make it make sense. The world has gone mad.
Anyways, guys, you guys have literally seen every single thing that has literally transpired, how Americans are reacting, how this is this is surprising to a lot of them, but I can tell you for a fact that I am not actually surprised because there is nothing this orange man can literally not wake up. Someone that can sleep and wake up and tell us that there is war. What else are we expecting? Sorry if you're hearing my door rambling here and there. I have to open it so that I can be able to get fresh air inside. The weather is hot in this country, Nigeria, right? So at the end of the day, someone that can just sleep, wake up, and do whatsoever he needs to do. Do you think that this person cannot literally wake up one day and even say the whole United States is migrating to a different location? Like, there is nothing on this space that should surprise us more. We've seen the worst of this regime. Like, we've seen the worst of this regime. We've seen every single thing that this regime actually have. We've seen every single thing that the orange man literally have to offer. And everything we could just do is to keep looking and keep clapping and keep relaxing. That's just the honest truth. Because how does it even make sense that a grieving woman, a grieving widow, a woman that is still meant to be crying, that is still meant to be mourning her husband, is busy going east, west, north, and south right now to make money? I'm not saying that making money is not good. People grieve differently, and I really, really understand that. But if this is a man that you actually claim to love, this is a man that you actually claim to cherish, this is a man that you actually claim to be the father of your children, a man you literally sat on a podium to say, if Charlie was here, we would have literally been having our third baby. He wanted a third baby, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. Oh, he was a good man. He was this. He was that. Every single thing. It is not even up to a year yet. You are already taking over, not only taking over, taking charge, and also being the best handbag for the orange man. It's sad. It's sad. If this is what love is, then a lot of people will prefer not to fall in love, right? Because there are people that they've not even lost their husband. Maybe probably their husband just traveled just for work or for a distance. They start missing their husband. They can't even do anything. Talk more of someone that lost their husband. But anyways, that's by the side. And this is why, if you check most of the things that Candice Owen is saying, Candice Owen is right. Remember that I don't really vibe with Candy always, right? So I'm not just saying this because maybe I'm a huge fan or supporter. No, because on different occasions, Candice Owen have sat on the podium. She have sat on a podium with Charlie Kirk, which is meant to be her best friend, where he will literally condemn black people and she will not say anything. So I feel like her own fafo is even catching up with her on her own end. But after the death of her best friend Charlie, and she came to the realization and she started exposing a lot of things, tell me that what she's saying is not correct about this lady. Absolutely correct. Absolutely right. That's the truth. This lady is just all about the fame. She's just all about herself. She's not all about what is really happening. And to be honest, a lot of people has been speculating that they are very sure that this same Charlie is still alive. That they are very sure that something is wrong somewhere. And of which is, if people are saying all of that, you know that a lot of things have really gone sour. So definitely people should suspect that. It's a whole lot to deal with when it comes to Erica and this orange man, to be honest. It's just a whole lot to deal with. But who are we? We are still here and we will still be watching. Because Baba, can you please go back and continue the war you started with Iran? Yes, don't start another thing because you love you. He just loved media attention. He just loved anything that will make the media bring up the issue of the Epstein files. He will look for every single way to avert it. That is one thing I've noticed. Everything that will make the media said, okay, let's talk about this. Let's remember this. He will look for every single possible way to avert it. He will look for every single possible way to be trending on a different note. Now we're not even done trending on Israel US war with Iran. Now we are trending on he just elected Erica Kirk as board of Air Force. Someone that never had the Air Force experience, never had military experience. But she's in the board right now. And a lot of people might just come up and be like, is this a cut? It's not just. A lot of things is not right. There are people qualified for this position that will never see this position. There are people that understand this position that will never see this position. But because you are the friend of the orange man, you got it at a platter of gold, even without informing anybody, even without announcing it. And it was after the board, after you've been selected, you've been put in that position. That means you're taking over Charlie, right? And it is now that we are seeing it on Fox News. You really control the media. There is something about this white supremacy. There is something about power, right? Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in out this episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. And for disclaimers, please, this is just for educational purpose, not to come here ruffle on anyone's shoulder or make anyone feel uncomfortable. This is me airing my own opinionistic opinion. With that being said, with no further ado, I'm going to be saying bye. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you. Mwah.